Hi. One of the most common questions I get is, which exercises do you recommend to increase stability or reduce the aiming area? And I usually answer, this is your holding exercises. So you need to hold your pistol for as long or as many seconds as you can, because we need to kind of like mold our body and shape it and teach our muscles to remain steady. And here is the funny story. So I used to explain it like this. I don't know anatomy, so I used to explain it like this. If you imagine a shoulder socket and a bone, right? This arm bone. And then there are big muscles of your shoulder, lats, big muscle of the back. And then underneath there are small muscles, like almost like ligaments underneath the big muscles. And we need to stabilize our arm and our shoulder. So we need to kind of teach these muscles. We cannot even train them. We need to teach them to remain stable or to kind of freeze arm in the shoulder and keep it steady, right? And I always had and have now students who are doctors, and they are so polite. They never argued with me and never corrected me until recent time when I got a medical student. So he also didn't argue with me, but he looked at me like strangely, like what? And after that, I decided to check the anatomy of a shoulder and discovered that there is no socket. So the whole demonstration, the whole presentation is now ruined, although it fits so well into my explanation. So, but the point is, yes, there are some smaller muscles that attach our arm to a shoulder, and we need to teach them to remain steady. So you can do whatever you want in a gym for your own well-being, for your whatever exercises for your health, but for our pistol steadiness, we need to just hold pistol in our shooting position. So as simple as that, right? So if you dry fire, you just make a dry fire shot and keep holding. Keep holding for as long as you can. So, my code name for this exercise is 1 minute holding. You need to be able to comfortably hold a pistol for 1 minute. But if you cannot, if you just started shooting or you're not young and cannot hold it for a long time, so just start with as many seconds as you can. Start with 30 seconds and hold it, then increase this time by 5 seconds and allow yourself like a month. Allow your muscles to get used to this new time. If you feel comfortable, then increase by 5 seconds again. And keep holding several times per session. You need to do holding exercise for as long as you can. Again, from time to time, I did tell this by the way, from time to time you can check yourself whether you can set a record for yourself, and you hold for as long as you can, just as long as you can tolerate. But in other instances during training, you just need to hold for as many seconds as you comfortably can until you start feeling like a burning sensation or the arm starts shaking. I think I'm already done. I don't like holding anymore. I don't know how much was it, but I used, my record was 3 minutes, then 2 minutes was okay. And now I think I can hold 1 minute 15 seconds. So you need to teach your smaller muscles to remain steady. There are more exercises, of course. This is the very basic one, but you need to do it regularly throughout your training session. There is also rubber band, and I also showed it before. So you step on one edge and you adjust the tightness and you keep holding it. If you cannot dry fire with a pistol at home or you have to travel, you can always take a rubber band with you. Or when you travel, you can just fill up the drinking bottle and hold the drinking bottle, right? So at the height of your target, you can do some wrist exercises with the rubber band. Just do not use rubber band and pistol. So you get the heavy weight from the rubber band and then the weight of the pistol. So the information that muscles will receive in this case will not be realistic. So we don't need to mess up with muscles. So firstly, yes, be considerate, be thoughtful about your workload, weight load, and do not overtrain, and give yourself enough time to get used to the new weight. And do not try to hold a heavier weight. So some people told me that I can hold a 3 kilos dumbbell. I'm very happy, but it's not what we need. Give me 1 kilo weight steadily, right? Holding steadily. Because after 3 kilos dumbbell, our 1 kilo pistol will feel like a balloon and will want to move up, to fly, right? So rubber band, and another thing which I recommend is, as always, as usual, gripper. I usually say we have 3 sources of movements in our body. It is ankles, shoulder, and wrist. So for ankles we do physical exercises, for shoulder we do holding, and for wrist we do grippers. So these exercises you need forever, not for as long as you think that until you are good. No, you need to improve your steadiness always, right? There is neck and waist area that can move, but we should not move them, so I do not consider them as sources of movements, right? So grippers, holding will be your main exercises, and plank for your core will be your main exercises which you need to do regularly. I would add push-ups, but because my elbow is sore and hurts for the last 20 years, so I excluded push-up from my routine. But they are good as well to train your core stability. Right? There are, of course, many more exercises which I teach, and varieties of holding exercises, but this is the basic one. Just hold at the height of your target for as many seconds as you can. Now, one thing to note, some people write, or I read that they hold onto white wall, just on a wall, white wall, which allows them to see the sides, which is great and probably right. Yes, we need to see the sides, but the white wall is quite big, right? And there is no guarantee that your arm will stop at the necessary height. And our goal is to train consistency, to train shoulder to be frozen, and therefore we need to ensure that it stops always at the one and the same height. So at whatever distance you train, you practice, you need to put some mark on a wall or a point of reference which would resemble the height of a target or the height of your arm when you aim at 10 meters distance. I hope you understand what I mean. So our height of arms should be always the same. Therefore, we need to have some kind of reference on a wall. So don't just aim into white wall, because you can aim lower or higher. All right. So that was part 1 of this video. And then I decided to make a part 2. The reason why I do not bother to memorize the anatomy and the name of the muscles is that I believe that I don't need information. My memory capacity is limited, so I cannot remember everything. So I don't even attempt, don't even try. Why? Because we do not need to keep the unnecessary information that does not help us to shoot better. And I see on internet a lot of information, a lot of posts, opinions, answers, questions, answers, obviously, various. So they cover a wide range of topics. They're mostly all correct, all right, but we do not need that much, because with this volume of information, our brain is always in the thinking mode. So you constantly read, you analyze, you try to process it, to apply it, or try it. There is a trials and errors. So our brain is always active and constantly in the thinking and analytical mode. So your brain becomes like a bubble machine, producing thoughts all the time. But the reality of this sport is that the more you think, the less you get, right? So we need to teach brain to be inactive when we shoot. I usually say that it probably takes 2 years to teach shooter to think, and then the rest of their lives to teach them not to think, to quieten mind. So yeah, that's just a friendly recommendation. Do not absorb all information that you see on the internet. Just try to discover your ideal shot process and repeat it regularly, as many times as you can, 10,000 times in fact, right? So basically how to find it, that was my previous video was about it, doing the recall exercise, or find yourself a coach. Okay, I hope this information is useful. Bye. Hi. The prices on petrol in Australia are currently insane, and for me it is a good reason to stay home, practice at home, and work on your basics. And what are basics? It is holding, steadiness, it is aiming, this is trigger control. So for all of this I don't need to go to the range. Plus I have a scat, so it's handy. But today I want to offer you something. Since I've been talking a lot about holding exercises, training your steadiness, so today I would like to offer you a holding exercise challenge. So let's see how long you can hold your pistol. Yes, I usually say that you need to start with as many seconds as you can, then gradually build up this timing up to 1 minute. So at the end, you need to be able to hold 1 minute comfortably. Hold your pistol for 1 minute comfortably, and from time to time we can set a record for ourselves and to check how our endurance and strength improved. Probably once a month we can create some kind of record or set a record for ourselves and kind of monitor. So hopefully, if you like it, this will be the first step for you. You set a record today, and in 1 month you recheck it and check how your steadiness improved and for how long you can hold your pistol. Like as long as you can tolerate, not as long as you can comfortably hold, but as long as you can tolerate. when it becomes really painful and shakes and you cannot hold it anymore, drop it. But don't do it more often than once a month. If you do it once in 3 months, that's okay, because we need to be able to hold pistol steadily for at least 1 minute comfortably. Okay, let's try. So I'm using SCAT. You can see my movements. I cannot see them because I will be aiming. And I'll start the timer. So have a few seconds. So we'll remove, subtract 5 seconds from the total time. And I will not be clicking, making a shot. So just holding. I forgot to mention that before you attempt this exercise, holding exercise or record setting exercise or holding exercise challenge, you need to warm up properly. You need like to dry fire or and stretch yourself and dry fire for at least half an hour, better more. Okay, I'm coming back into my aiming area. I can reset it. It still counts as a holding. You are allowed to breathe. Now I feel it. Now the bicep starts to burn. Ugh, it didn't even register a shot. Okay, I think I have 5 seconds, right? Extra. Okay, let's bring it to 3 minutes. Enough. Ooh. I don't like it. But it is important to know that you have enough steadiness or enough strength to hold the pistol, because then you build up your confidence and your faith and you stop chasing, or you should stop chasing this steadiness. Because most of our mistakes happen when we chase something, either steadiness or triggering because we want to catch the moment of steadiness. Just don't forget, after you have done your holding exercise at any time, or when you are tired at any time, turn around and hold your pistol in your non-shooting arm for as long as you wish or as you can. And this way, once you start loading your opposite side, then your shooting side gets rest faster. So you can use left hand holding at any time, whenever you feel tired during training, during a match, or after a holding exercise. Yeah, so that's enough for demonstration. So please, if you're interested, you can try to set your record. I think this is my all-time record, but I measured maybe only 3 times in my life. Yes. So, and share your timing, your records in the comments, please. Okay, see you. And there will be, this is the video number 1. And for the video number 2, I have prepared a very interesting demonstration. I hope interesting demonstration. So stay tuned. Don't miss it. Bye.